Today, a day in the shop. It can't be more unpredictable than this. We thought we'd have some weather to maybe get another ride in or maybe do some painting. And the only thing we could do today is test the wind slayer on the Canon. So I set out early in the day. I called Turbo Steve, did some chatting with him about it, and we agreed we should try to make a little test on the Canon, which I did today. Put all my projects on the back burner and put it on a tripod facing the wind, reverse the wind, on, off. A very time-consuming thing, but in the end, I think what I learned is that my original thought was not going to work out, and I've got to move to a better plan. I got to run up the bikes, their once-a-month winter run-up. Got to evaluate the parts in the shop, which some are ready for sanding, some for buffing, some for what we need weather, guys. We need weather. It was good having all the bikes run up, and they're prepped up for if we ever get a break in the weather. I shared some information about the Rain-X, how it's working. And most of all, then, the day got changed because Miles' school got canceled. So he basically had a whole day to visit with Grandpa and Grammy. So today will be a little bit different than any other day. I'm going to do a little thing. I spoke to Turbo Steve this morning while Karen was taking some of her errands under control. And we agreed that one of the things we should do for the Canon, the wind slayer will not fit on the Canon. So what I wanted to do is I want to take this, the wind is howling out there. No way we're going to paint today. At best, things are not going to blow away. I'm afraid of the camera on a tripod even. But what I want to do, and I'll show this up close because obviously I can't take a picture of it on the camera. So even I can't do that. So I want to put this on in such a way that just a piece of the foam is going to cover where the microphone is on the Canon and see if it cuts down on the wind noise. Then if it does, I'm going to buy two more of these, and they're two for $15. This is a real GoPro. Cut out a piece to go around the microphone on the Canon. I found out, I did a lot of research, they do not make this for the Canon camera. So bingo bongo, if you're an entrepreneur, figure that one out. There we go, and I don't want to rip this or move it. I'm going to try to get this. I'm going to take some footage of the actual wind, and there's plenty of wind out there, and then put this over it and just hold it with my hand and then let it run for a minute or so, and then edit the video and see if there's big improvement, no improvement. Okay, this is just so you can hear whatever wind noise is in the background now. I'll do it this way, the wind is coming at me, and I'll turn the camera and do it into the wind. Now what I'm going to try to do is just go up to the camera and hold this over the microphone. We're facing into the wind is blowing right at the camera. Which usually when I have a problem, the wind is at my back, it's the worst, and I'm trying to shoot pictures out in a driveway at the end of a video, and you hear that crackling sound. Now I'm going to let it go for about 20 seconds and then put this on. And I'm just holding it over the microphone. Okay, so for this test I've got it, I don't know if you can see, around like a sandwich, and I've got it sealed around, and hopefully this is, well, it'll be a worthwhile test. I'm just going to go outside and walk around with the camera. Boy, if Turbo Steve and I have spent so much time with this, and he was right in the beginning. It's that cheap material those Chinese ones have. Now see, I want to hear if the wind noise, you hear it even while I'm talking. There's some good wind noise right now. You can see the trees. Right now the wind is blowing. Now, just to see if it gets worse, I took it off now. Let's see if it's worse. Well, I'm not sure that test is going to do much, but we're certainly working on it every day. Also, because it's so windy outside, I thought I'd run up all the bikes, give it their monthly run up, let them warm up. Not a good day for painting today. So it's a beautiful looking day. Not a cloud in the sky. Still below freezing, wind howling, and it's a good day to do this. So anytime I can get these little exercises done, I try to do it at least once a month, run each one of the bikes. Now, as I'm running up the bikes, Karen just came out and told me the day has been canceled. We're going to be watching my grandson all day today. He has a day off of school. I don't know, they've been shutting the school down because of the COVID. Oh my God, but I got some of the bikes run, and so that's one little thing done. But I never want to compromise the time I have with Miles. And like I say, I always like to mention when something does work. This seems to work about like a 4 out of 5 star. Some good news that the Rain X, the stuff I've been using it on my sunglasses the last 2 times I rode. Now it's really not a thorough test, but this is a test that's worth to me. I did, Turbo Steve's idea was to do it 3 or 4 times, and I did that religiously and with a clean brand new Bounty paper towel. And on the last 2 rides I had no fogging up at all. But I do it every time I ride the bike. And I have not done the face shield on purpose because I didn't want to do the face shield if it's the glasses that fog up, not the face shield. I always leave these little vents open, and the face shield doesn't fog up in the cold weather here. It's always the glasses. And that Rain X stuff does seem to help. I give it like a 4 out of 5 star rating. And this is always the way I like my life to play out. Every day different. I don't like to have Groundhog Days. Today's a little surprise, and we always enjoy having Miles for the day, but the poor baby with his schooling, and I know all the kids have suffered with this COVID, boy. And we had 2 nice winter rides. That ride up to Garrett Mountain was nice. And what can I say? Even just getting out on a bike for a couple hours. I hate to go through a whole month or even a week without getting at least 1 ride in. And I went out on a RD one day when it was really cold. It was below 40. And, you know, because this bike is jetted rich on purpose, the bike had like 10 extra horsepower. It was wheeling like a weasel. But you know what? I know what happens then. Sooner or later, when you play on a razor edge, you have another one of those holes like I have that piston hanging on a wall with a hole in it. So we want to baby it. She's an old girl. We want to take good care of her. And we like to take care of all our bikes. They're all part of my harem. And even the old girls in the harem get a lot of TLC, that's for sure. And while Turbo Steve was out today, he found some gloves. He donated another box of gloves to our cause. Thank you again, Turbo Steve. So this is looking like the snow is never going to go away if it doesn't go above freezing. That's not good for us. But it's important to me. I straightened out the healthcare worker sign, and my rabbit is totally out of the snow right now. Oh, what a winter this has been. And here comes Miles, finally. Come on, baby.
Looking at you, you're so handsome.
After all this wind slayer testing, I'm ready for another cup of coffee. You want a cup of coffee, Miles?
Another cup of coffee? How many coffees did you have?
You can only have 1 a day, but I can have all I want. But this is just like being up at Perry's. Bagels,
cruelty.
Bagels for lunch.
That is just cruelty right there. You know boomerangs, they always come back to you.
Boomerangs. Yeah.
Boomerangs?
They always come back to you.
Yep.
Well, there's these bad guys called the Boomerang Brothers. And they throw boomerangs at you, and if you're not careful, their boomerang, after you kill them, the boomerang can come back at you and knock a power up on
Do
you.
they ride motorcycles?
No. They have turtle shells. What's this? I reverted back to normal size and went into here, so. Mega Mush!
How come these guys don't ride motorcycles?
Because they don't like motorcycles. motorcycles.
How can anybody not like motorcycles? Motorcycles are life itself. Do they have video games with motorcycles?
They might.
They might?
I think they actually do.
Maybe for my birthday you could get me one.
You would be horrible at a video game. Trust me.
I'll be horrible?
Yeah.
Why will I be horrible?
Because steering is very hard. And driving
It takes a lot of brains. And you're saying my brain is a little smaller than average?
Oh, God, yes. That is exactly what I'm saying.
How much smaller?
10 times.
Peanut size?
Yeah, peanut size. No, actually, it's the
He
size.
thinks my brain is peanut size.
What do you think of mine?
Look at this.
What do you think of mine?
The size of a donut.
So as you can imagine, we had a great day with Miles. We always have a great day with him. Our projects are basically on hold until we get some painting weather. We have had nothing but crazy, unpredictable weather. Now, I really still think I'm going to want to put one more coat of clear on this. I'm going to be sanding it out. Again, did not have any time to do it today. But that's what I like about my life. I just hate waking up in the morning and all of a sudden I know I'm going to the coal mine and here I go down. I don't want to do that. I want to have every day wake up, and Karen usually has a plan. And this was just a good day. I didn't plan on doing that wind slayer test, but it looks like we need a lot more testing, to be honest. I didn't see a big difference. On the GoPro, it's night and day difference. On the Canon, maybe there's a different microphone. Who knows? We're not building a rocket to the moon here. And the videos are supposed to be fun anyway, so I have to come up with some solution, and I don't know what it is, until I can find some way of making the wind noise on the Canon better. There are no remote mics available. Did that research, didn't work out at all. But it's uncanny that it works so well on, and it works really well on the GoPro. But it didn't do much, maybe 10%. I played it at different sound settings there. It was not worth it. And what aggravates me is when I'm out, usually at the end of a video in the summer, when we're out in the backyard, and you're trying to talk and say thank you to the healthcare workers, and by the way, guys, thank you to the healthcare workers, and that wind just ruins the whole thing. So another solution that I've had, Karen had a great solution. She says, don't shoot the scene outside, go into the garage and do it. This is why I married her. Smart girl. Anyway, we didn't do a lot of motorcycling today, but we had a great ride to Garrett Mountain yesterday. And guys, I do appreciate it so much that you watch the videos. I enjoy sharing the things like with Turbo Steve and Luciano and everybody. And Vlad. Vlad, by the way, is going to be here tomorrow. So I got a call from him. We may have our sprocket for the wheel project. But basically, while the weather is like this and it's howling, you're really not going to do a lot of painting. We're really limited. Unless, of course, Jay Leno calls me up and says, you can come over and use my spray booth. And that'd be nice. I'm not going to hold my breath. Anyway, again, thank you guys so much for watching. Now, we do try to post up something every day, something interesting, something motorcycle related, or this ongoing wind slayer test. It took a long time, and Turbo Steve finally uncovered the solution for the GoPro. We need a solution for the Canon, if there is one. We're going to keep hammering away at it. I know it gets boring. But on days like today, we didn't lose a painting day. Now, I thought I'd end the video with some pictures of the restoration we did on the 650R and why it's worth doing. Here's the bike right here. And it was 11 years old when we did it. And it's kind of a bland-looking bike with a little bit of TLC, and I think this was about a 500-hour restoration. I felt like I bought a brand new bike. And it used to be a partner bike. I was partner with Rob. Rob decided he didn't need it anymore. I bought out his partnership, and it's now officially my bike. But of course, he gets to ride it whenever he wants anyway. So, which he hasn't done yet, by the way. Every time we go for a ride, he wants to ride DRD. Can't hate him for that. Anyway, this bike is an all-weather fighter. And I think those 500 hours, I think what else could I have done with those 500 hours that would have been that rewarding, that much fun, and that great a memory somewhere down the road? I think I'll have this bike till the day I die. It is a wonderful bike. I have got about 32,000, I think, 34 maybe. And I do all the maintenance. It's easy to work on. It's a comfortable bike for a long ride, and it's as sporty as any sport bike around when you get in the twisties. So all I can say is, guys, thank you so much for watching and being part of these restorations, part of our testing, and part of our life that we enjoy sharing every part of it. I hope you enjoy these little outtakes with the family. But most of all, I end every video. Thanks so much for watching.